funny. You'll see women on Instagram, they're all done up, their hair and their makeup and their lipstick, and they're like marketing hashtag ad, hashtag detox, hashtag tea. And they've got these like, I don't know, you know how it is, like these ridiculous products that they're marketing, and they're not talking about poop. To me, that's the best way to detox is get poop out. I'm not going to buy detox tea. Maybe like a little bit of dandelion or some, who knows, milk thistle blended in. Yeah, I mean that's part of it, but unfortunately, detox has kind of gotten co-opted by the marketing industry, and so most people don't even focus on that. They'll poop once a week, but then they take a detox tea and they think they're doing it correctly.
Yeah, I mean, my whole take on detoxification out of the gates is very simple. Okay, first, get enough good, clean water in your system. Two, make sure you're digesting your amino acids and all your nutrients well. Remember, sulfur-based amino acids run the majority of your detoxification pathways, along with B vitamins, right? So we need good B vitamins, good antioxidants, good sulfur amino acids. So if we're breaking down those nutrients well, there's not a bottleneck with HCl levels or enzyme levels. We're getting enough good, clean water, and we're not overly stressing our sympathetic nervous system. Because remember, the more we overly stress the adrenals, the sympathetic nervous system decreases that migrating motor complex, which are the wave-like contractions that move stool through your intestinal tract. Just like you kind of roll up the toothpaste roll at night to get that toothpaste moving through to get your toothpaste out to brush your teeth, your intestines do the same thing. So if you can do those top three things right, you're on the right track. Now, there may be extra things where we need extra sulfur or extra antioxidants or compounds or binders to help with mold or heavy metals. That's true. And that would be addressed down the road. But a lot of the detoxification happens hepatobiliary, liver, gallbladder, back into the intestines and then out the intestinal tract. So we need to have really good motility and really good absorption of nutrients and a lot of good clean water to help fuel that.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Yeah, so we both manufacture our own custom blends of supplements that are professional grade, and we both have a liver support that has some gallbladder nutrients built into it. And that can be really helpful because, as you mentioned, with sluggish bowels, a lot of times there's also sluggish bile production. So just helping to thin the bile, whether it's using supplemental ox bile or methionine, taurine, beet powder, whatever else we can do to increase bile flow, that's going to be helping. And then why don't we hit on the diet piece? I mean, I think this is the low-hanging fruit that your average American is still really, really blowing it on, which is just the fact that they're not doing enough good meats, good fats, good veggies. Your average American might wake up and, I don't know, do a piece of toast, and maybe in 2020 or 2021, it's an avocado toast, but still, that's not the optimal thing for good poops.
Yeah, so inflammation in the diet can easily mess up the intestinal tract. Inflammation in the diet can easily create inflammation in the gut, and that could either move the body more to diarrhea or more to constipation. Now, for the sake of this podcast, if we start moving more to constipation, not good. And of course, these foods can stress out the intestinal tract. And then when we start creating inflammation in the intestinal tract, and then we already have indigestion, meaning we don't have adequate enzymes and acids. So we're kind of burping a lot after our meals. Food sits longer in our tummy, right? And we're not, and a lot of gases are produced because the foods are not being broken down properly. That's a problem. So we got to really make sure we're masticating and chewing our food very, very, very well. We got to make sure that increases surface area for enzymes and acids to work. We also have to make sure we're not overly hydrating with our meals. So hydrate 10 minutes or more before a meal. And then if you're consuming a little bit of liquid with a meal, just do it to kind of help with swallowing pills. Don't do it for hydration purposes, because water's got a pH of 7. Your intestinal tract's a pH of 1.5 to 2. So if you start adding a whole bunch of 7 pH to a pH of 2, you're going to move that pH more in the alkaline direction away from the acidic direction. And we need good acidity to help activate our enzymes and our acid levels. Very important. So that's low-hanging fruit, is chew your food up well. Second is make sure you're not overly hydrating with the food. Do all your hydration 2 minutes before.